Hello, Claire here. Today I'll transfigure the trio, Harry, Ron and Hermione, by cutting, gluing and painting. There was a lot of customizing for one video. Was the result worth the trouble? BrickoMotion. I started working on this video 4 months ago. Why didn't I finish it earlier? It's like I don't even care about the wizarding world. Well, that clearly isn't the issue. So what was? I decided I was going to make mini dolls. Hooray! The minifigures had little legs, thus the dolls had to shrink down too. I would just cut off a bit of the legs piece and that's it, right? Except that when I start customizing, I go overboard. It seems to be a professional hazard. So, I trimmed the arms and the torso as well. I slashed only 1 pair of pants instead of 2 because I had better things to do, like getting the Disney princesses ready for Halloween. Then it was a matter of using green stuff to glue the parts together and to fill in the unintentional gaps. That resulted in unintentional bumps that I had to cut. While I was painting over the cut parts, it came to my attention that I haven't cut them enough. Neither the green stuff on the skirt nor the length of the pants. Also, the pants stood at an unfainting angle. It was at that point I had to remove myself from the situation, to question every decision that led me to here and now. After a few days, I calmed down enough to continue torturing myself. I concluded there was no hope for the pants, but the skirt could still be salvaged. Plus, I learned green stuff doesn't work that well as glue, but super glue does. Who would have thought? I chose to paint the uniforms gray with a touch of silver to give them a bit of a shimmer. I mean, what kind of self-respecting magical school could possibly not have shiny uniforms? Not my Hogwarts. I'll make it sparkle any way that I can. I knew I wanted the vests to have red and gold stripes, so I got my hands on some thin golden tape. Haha! This allows me to quickly make straight, well-defined lines. I'm gonna be done so fast, it doesn't stick that well to the arms. Bummer. And it would be weird if I used them in some places and not in others, hence they had to go. Awesome. One sleepless night later, the ties and stripes were painted, all by themselves. At this point in the process, only the outlines are missing. You can see I took this opportunity to simultaneously paint 5 Gryffindor uniforms, 2 shorter and 3 standard ones. More on that later. Let's finally put some mini-dolls together. Harry Potter gets the almost shortened legs, the slightly tinier torso and a magnificently painted face. Guess which one of those parts is my favorite? I've done a Harry Potter Dollify trilogy 2 years ago and it's done according to my abilities at that moment in time. Yeah, that Harry doesn't even have his glasses on. The poor thing probably can't even distinguish a thestral from an acromantula. Basically, the only thing I got right back then is that Harry has green eyes. And judging by the comments, you don't believe that, so here. How is Harry introduced to us? As having bright green eyes. Can't argue with that now, can ya? But back to the now. This Harry isn't blind, has a scar and wears the original Lego hairpiece for Harry. That is cause for celebration, for in the past, Harry's hairstyles left much to be desired. I'll move the minifigure out of the way now, because I want to show you how this Harry looks like when he grows up a bit. Now you know why I made multiple Gryffindor vests. This is also a great occasion for you to notice how much smaller the shrinked pants and torsos are. Well, They're not that much smaller, but it adds up to a noticeable height difference. That was totally worth the frustration. I think the older Harry looks too old to still be wearing his Hogwarts uniform, but it is what it is. I painted on his glasses, scar, and a smile, 'cause I want him to be happy. And happy he will be in the Gryffindor common room. Ron Weasley's uniform is completely different from Harry's, so I'll show it in excruciating detail. I'm just kidding, it consists of literally the same pieces. The difference is in the head and hair, and the prophecy thing, but that's of no concern to us here. I added the freckles to his cheeks and again used the new hairpiece Lego designated for him. And his older version gets the same treatment. Unlike Harry, the grown-up Ron doesn't look all that grown up. What is exactly what I was going for, so yeah! Hermione Granger's the only girl in the trio, so she gets the same treatment as the boys. Unintentionally, I've shortened her legs a wee bit more than the pants. Well, I'll call it a happy accident and move on. As I've already described, I also trimmed her torso and arms. Good thing I did too, because these mini legs don't work well with the standard torso. Both the short and the tall Hermione have the same hair and face. It seems 2018 was the year LEGO decided to give the Wizarding World characters accurate hairstyles. Thank you, LEGO. Your efforts are very much appreciated. I like the trio in all their versions. Yes, I said all. I like the LEGO minifigures and my custom mini dolls. But then again, I love the books so much and I did all of the customizing. I don't think I'm objective at all. Do you have a favorite? And should I make uniforms for the other houses as well? The second question was a rhetorical one. I'm gonna paint myself a Hufflepuff uniform if it's the last thing I paint. Until you click on one of my other videos. Bye bye!